We are here today for the first round of Division 3 at round 1. Joined today by Verstappen once again.
Hello everyone, indeed welcome to League of Europe D3 here, and we're very much looking forward to this season opener. Full grid, only 2 reserves needed as well, just with energetics in the Ferrari not attending, and if I'm correct, Quervauer is also not attending in the Aston Martin. They're being replaced by Slayer in the Ferrari, and that will be Sway Ross in the Aston Martin. So looking in for a good set of laps, qualifying first, and then obviously 25 lap race.
Yeah, so of course Jeddah completely surrounded on all sides by walls, and actually last week's race winner in the Lobby 3, the pre-season race, bumped up to Tier 2 to no one's surprise. But still plenty of the fast drivers, the front runners we saw from last week, here again to try once again. First man out on the track though is Mats, who is teammates with Steban. So we will let him guide us around. Of course, a nice slow warm-up lap, you don't want to be messing that one up. We will see how the qualifying session takes us. We'll see if we get any Verstappen impersonators fluffing up the last corner, how close people are willing to get. So we actually, one of the AlphaTauris flying past will be Axel. Unless Axel's the... is Axel the team or is KRS? I don't know. Either way. I'll call him Axel.
Yeah. I think that's Axel, yeah. So, never been corrected on that. So, yeah, one of the 2 Greek drivers actually on this grid, the other one being Harry Noir. So, gonna see how they all fare, but it's coming up towards the final corner. This track claims to have 27 turns. I have never believed that. But he's coming through turn 27, just open up the throttle. And about to take us for a lap. DRS open for the first time, and definitely not the last time he crosses the start finish line down towards turn 1. And a brake right here around the 100 meter boards, all the way down to 3rd gear. A bit shy of the apex on turn 1, but gets turn 2 nicely hooked up. And it's about maximizing the exit for 2 and 3 down towards the S's.
Yeah, it's a good start to the lap, apart from that slight mistake going slightly deep through the first chicane. These walls so tricky to go for overtakes here. It's actually, it has to abort the lap there. Has a little snap, doesn't invalidate, but of course that's the end of his fast run done. You especially don't want to get corner cut in while on the stream, not particularly ideal. So we will hop on board with I'll hop on board with Ibo. Someone in the chat giving Ibo some support. Let's go Ibo. So we will see what the man can do. I think he'll be the first driver to set a lap, unless it's James Head ahead of him on track.
Yeah, he's slightly ahead, and on a lap, 32.5 in the first sector, which is a pretty solid time. It gets a bit shaky for that chicane, just about keeps it out of the wall. He is now towards the final section. Boston has left the session. Let's hope he can rejoin pretty soon. 101 flat here for the Brits, heading down in towards 22 and 23, blind all the way through here. And another DRS zone then towards the final corner. I'm gonna see if he's gonna set a solid benchmark, or we're gonna see another Verstappen here. He heads down to the final corner, 3rd gear, put the apex late. I'm gonna get on the throttle as short as he can, and DRS open. Let's see what he puts on the board.
Ooh, that is a retirement from Mats, I believe, in the pit lane. I can't see a crashed car out on track. Any collie bands, so to speak of, or has he just decided not to set a lap?
No, I don't quite know, because he left the session as well, so I'm quite uncertain. He said in the chat that his game decided to glitch out and not allow him to take his setup, so hope he can get back in.
Yeah, that is a shame for him. As at the moment, no one even was. I was going to say no one near James Head's lap. Never mind. Ryan B, a 27.7, closing right up a Steven, and another competitive time from the Alpine driver, 28.3 for him. Still plenty of drivers, going around. Herring, though, invalidation somewhere on that lap. We've got Ghost UK in the last sector. We will see what he manages to do. Possibly going to pick up a little bit of slipstream from the driver ahead. But to start their lap, that looks to be one of the Williams, perhaps 7 lappers. Falcon to the front, 400ths ahead there. He'll be happy with that lap. Ghost puts it up into P5, but he's quite a way off the pace. A big spread at the top for the moment. The top 4 with competitive times, the rest of them struggling to get in there.
Yeah, I'm not quite surprised at that. Obviously, this is a very technical track. So it's going to take, for a bunch of these guys, it's going to take a while to get settled in and just first make sure they get some bankers in, get some track time in, and then worry about a lap time after that.
Yeah, of course, you don't want to push it too hard, lose a tyre, and then not have a lap to set in the first place. There's a purple sector here from MCR. McLaren driver looking fairly comfortable so far on what we've seen. But of course, looking comfortable doesn't always mean pace. Round in the last corner, corner 29, look to be using all the track width there. So coming towards a line, what's it going to be? It's P3, that's a solid lap there. Less than a 10th off the provisional pole, and I think going to be pretty happy with that one. We'll hop on board with his teammate Crack, see what Crack can do here.
Around the same split, 100.5 as well, so it's going to be the difference made in the final sector. It's a wall on the inside though, but it looks like he can just about continue there. And DRS open, I think he's going to be P4, but he could surprise us. P4 it is, half a tenth behind.
Look at that, McLaren's getting cuddly. Top 4 drivers though, very close together. As you'll see, who's the next man to cross the line? I think it'll be Haring. No, not with the fastest lap. No, Haring into the pits. So the next one then will be the Haas of... I have no idea which part of this name is not an ePorts team. I'm going to call them JMB. Or Swip, I don't know. Swip up to P9. Swip. So P9 for the Haas man. 29.8. Couple seconds back off the pole. Still plenty of time left in the session for improvement. Of course, first lap's not going to be pushing too hard. Slayer here on a banker or a warm-up, call it what you will. That'll be a slow time when it comes through, so we'll watch on board with Axel. Still in the first sector, just completing the first sector actually with a purple there, 32.6 set by the AlphaTauri. I'm going to relish the time when I can still call it an AlphaTauri and not V-Carb or whatever we're going to call the team come next year.
Give the second split time is then for the Greek. 101 flies a bit off the way of the McLaren by half a second, so he can sort out the final sector decently. He'll get himself among James and Steven, probably.
Yeah, I'm expecting about a 108.2, maybe a 108, sorry, a 128.2 or 128.3 based on the pace of the other drivers. A good last corner is what he needs, and a good last corner is what he has managed. Coming now down towards the line, where's it going to be? What's he going to get? It is a 28.5, slotting in just behind those two. But a fairly respectable first lap set by Axel.
Yeah, definitely. I think Volking has managed to get it back into the session. Hope Matt is going to be able to do that as well, but I don't quite think he's able to take control right now, and it just shows that Coke Masters isn't on this game often. I doubt watched again, so I hope it improves for him, but unfortunately not much we can do right now. Just looking around, Slayer towards the end of a lap into sector 3, then towards the final corner. It's a nervy moment where you have to go full throttle for like 10 seconds, then brake, get up all right, and the throttle all right. Too much time to think about, but that time.
It looked like Slayer went a little bit deep into that last corner, but it is enough for P7. So not a bad last, but not a bad lap. But certainly means the time to find next time around from that small mistake we witnessed. So here we go, Bosnia just starting a lap now, actually having left the session again, and some of these drivers really struggling with the braking zones. I mean, such long straights followed by such heavy braking zones, you are going to struggle to get the car stopped exactly where you want it. It feels very much like a warm-up lap so far around. Get a feel for the track, get into the rhythm. Got plenty of time left of the session, 8 minutes left on the clock. So time to make it count in future. Ferrari ahead, hopefully not going to block, giving a little bit of slipstream here. And actually it is a purple sector. Now, are the purple sectors to be believed? That is up to you. But a good time nonetheless. A good way to start out the session. Always nice to see that little purple. Just coming through here, nice, tight to the inside, getting close to the wall. Well, that's what you got to do around here. Had that little bit of slipstream earlier, come at a good time.
Solid there, 108, 100.8 anyway.
Yeah.
A little bit of slip from the Alfa Romeo, so I'm not too sure if that's going to impact him that much. Then towards the final corner, the yellow flags as well, but I don't think that's anything special. It's going to run out of fuel. Wasn't it got a bit deep though there, the last corner, and it's going to compromise his exit. I think we could expect him maybe just ahead of Slayer. We're going to have to see.
I was thinking P5. Ah, P6.
Oh, P6. Close there. But yeah, solid sign there for Bosnia. I don't think they'll be too unhappy about that one. I think Kamke might be coming towards the line. He's come for the bankings, the other Red Bull I was looking at. But Ryan B's come back into the pit, so I'll have to look through, make your Falcon is invalid. So he's not going to improve right now.
No idea.
Namtron seems to be on the lap.
Yep, I'm with you there. Flip has just exited the last corner. Huge amount of improvement over last time from his 140 to be expected. But what is it going to be? A 27.9. That is a competitive time on the clock by him. He will be happy with that one. I did not see which driver just crossed the line there. Behind, I think it was Haring at that 28.7.
I've caught Kamke in a very good lap currently, 100.4. This could contend for a provisional pole position as he heads into the final corner. First gear, open up throttle, and see what the American can do. DRS open. I think this could get himself very close or on pole position. Oh, very good time there. 27.4 for the American, and puts himself 2.5 tenths ahead of Mega Falcon right now.
Yeah, sinful. Next man to the line. He'll be looking about a P12 here. P13. There we go. A 28.8, slotting in a couple hundredths ahead of Ghost. But every driver now has at least one time on the board. It's just that improvement. You've got your banker in, now you've got to skip it. Or you've got Ibo. He gets to the line, he improves, but it's only 32.2. So while an improvement, still plenty of more time needing to be found to get to a more competitive position. Is that one of the Williams? No, it's one of the Alpines. Seems the line. I think Stephen just starting a lap there. Flip will be on an in lap. So I think our next man, no, would have been Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon, however, he's invalidated somewhere. Harrion is on an in lap. Who have we got? Who's going around? Looking for improvement. I think Ghost is on an in lap.
Ghost into the UK, yeah, he's on an in lap. Looking around, I think most people are waiting for the last. Yeah, Stevan, he was on a lap, but he's basically a Mick Schumacher, I think. And yeah, he's gone off there inside the section. That's going to be it for him.
Yeah, Steven.
Not going to improve. Well, he goes second to the UK, but he's just retired from the session in the pits.
Yeah, as well, the Walls of Jeddah claimed the first victim of the day. So better to have that happen to you in qualifying than it is in the race, that's for sure.
Tell me about it. Let's see, the other Ghost currently on the lap. 32.4, solid for a sector here. For the other American here. He's heading down this twisty, long straight. I don't know if you can call it a straight at this point. 1.9, solid there. 6th gear, coming through 22 and 23. It's a bit loose there on the curb. There's quite a few curbs here that can catch you out. Especially in the first sector as well. We saw Stevan getting one, I think. But goes Recon down towards the final corner. 3rd gear, a little bit ways off the apex there. I think he get himself into the 28 at least.
Yeah, but we saw.
Line he goes.
There we go. Kept that 6 tenths of improvement. Not improving in the last sector, but I think just about time to get around to the pits, put on the fresh leather softs, and come round one final time. So I think I need to quickly adjust the audio balance because I forgot I turned up game audio too much compared. So hopefully you sound a bit louder now. think it was fine before.
That'd be great. I actually don't think Ghost Recon has much. Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it back. No.
Slay's just
remaining.
Dinked to the wall gently.
Ooh. Okay, turn slowly. Just letting a car by there, I guess.
They're all waiting for each other here, going into this left-hand hairpin. Latifi's parking spots, call it what you will. I'm not going to pretend to know the numbers of the turns. You've got turn 1, you've got turn 27, the rest of them are a mystery.
Roughly know them, but I'll keep it away from that. Sometimes it's just easier to describe the corner at this point. Everyone just preparing for the final runs. Obviously the pressure's going to be on. I feel like Steven's not going to be the only victim of the walls.
Yeah, there's a hop on board with Ghost Recon there. I don't know if he was on a push lap, but a huge moment there.
But, yeah, just the curbs, that one is a very dangerous one.
Actually,
in the first sector, well, that's just going to kill you if you go onto it. So, it's definitely not the easiest track to get your final run in and make sure you maximize it.
Yeah, I think can't have been on a lap as he wouldn't have been fast enough to get around. So, James Head, he is just starting his lap as a retirement there. I think a pit lane retirement, not a non-track one.
Yeah.
As you can see, look at how much now he's pushed too hard. Yeah, and that's his qualifying over.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant about that curve. Once you get on top of it, it's practically impossible to get off of it, and yeah, it just sends you all the way off the track. Just in behind MCR, he seems to do that better, getting a bit heavy over the curves in there, but looking like a good sector 1 there, 32.2. And then into this long hairpin 4th gear. I'm not sure if he's using auto gears or not. There's quite a few drivers that are in this division, which is kind of to be expected, I guess. Then the kind gets a little bit loose there, coming through the second chicane, the second quick chicane there. DRS open once again for the Spaniards. Let's see if he can get himself a bit higher up. Is he up in this time? He's slightly up. We could get him quite a bit higher, but this chicane there didn't look that great, as we have a new fastest time. Sway Ross, 27.3 there. On the provisional fold. See if anyone can match that.
I'm not sure. I mean, MCR on board with at the moment. I think he's fast enough for a P3 at the moment. Not enough to go to the front. We've got Falcon on the lap. We've got Ryan on the lap. And possibly Camke. No, MCR aborted his lap. Not going to cross the line in the end. Pulls into the pit lane instead. I guess not expecting improvement.
3.5 tenths up for the Williams. Let's see. He can get himself at least high up.
There we
P3
go.
It is there. Teammate just in behind. Bosnia about a 10th up. Get himself ahead of James. A bit further actually. Get some time in the last sector. And into P6.
Yeah, then Ultimate next man to the line. 1.4 seconds of improvement. That is pretty sizable, but isn't enough to get himself high up. It's P11 for him. 1.8 of improvement. Right, Axel then is on a slow lap. So you've got the two Haas boys. Swipper with the first of them. So Swip now towards the line. It's not going to be to the front, but is it going to be improvement? He does improve. He does not, however, move up any position. Sinful is in the wall. I think Sinful has done a Verstappen or something other like. Hopefully stays out the way of this hit. Red Bull Camke flying past. Is he going to fly through to the front of the order? That is the question. No, he is not. It is not enough. It is half a tenth back off what he needed.
Crack is done. James might... No, he's done as well, I think.
Yeah,
no ERS.
James is done. Is that other Ferrari or is that no Harry? Right, we've got the two Mercedes. Is Falcon still on the lap?
Falcon was
He's on a slow one, so no. I think that's qualifying over.
Yeah, bit of a surprise there, but Swayro's taking pole position right at the end. Didn't see him all session and popped out of nowhere with a lap. And half a tenth quicker than Camke here. About 2 tenths quicker than Flip Namstrom.
Yeah. Don't know about you, but I didn't even catch him across the line, so that one came completely out of the blue. But a very good lap from the Aston Martin. Man, a good way to start season 11 off for him. So, yeah, those top times pretty close. I mean, you're looking at the top 8 times separated by just over half a second. There, it's a good sign for the race. A bit of a gap further down, and of course Jeddah being such the technical track that it is, getting that perfect lap is not an easy job. We're going to see the difference of consistency versus raw pace come into play for the race. Who can pull off one fast lap, who can keep it consistent, manage that tyre wear, that fuel, keep it out of the wall, know when to play it safe, when to go for moves. That is when it's all going to come into play. The safety car is almost guaranteed at a track like this, as well as the mandatory 2-stop to be. So anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely, and anyone maybe a bit disappointed with the result. Don't worry, top 15 gets points, and obviously Sway Ross is going to pick up 1 point with the pole position as well, and be provisional leader for a little while at least. He's going to hope to convert that to a race win, obviously. Seeing Cam K on the front row next to him, I think he'll be happy to be ahead there. With Flip and Major Falcon in third and fourth, and it's Ryan B and Bosnia in fifth and sixth. The McLaren boys share in the fourth row. MCR right ahead of Crack. And it's James and Steban rounding out the top 10. Steban with that crash just at the qualifying, just making him unable to improve. And it's Ultimate to P11, Slayer, then goes Recon Axel ahead of Harry Noark, Sinful, Go 72 UK, Swip, Ibo, and Eagles Matt at the back. Let's hope he can at least race. But
yeah, though I think no setup on that Alpine car, so
yeah, that'll be difficult.
It's going to be a challenge, certainly, but be interesting to see how he does. I seem to remember certainly wasn't at the back of the grid. I'm trying to remember. Did he race in the pre-season?
Eagles Matt, no, he did not race. He couldn't make it, unfortunately. But he's been around the league for quite a while here. Always kind of hovering between Division 3 and 4 often enough.
Yeah.
So now there's only 3 divisions, so
I think I may have seen him race in NLR, but I could be completely incorrect with that statement. So I've seen some of the E-Cars boys race in NLR in the past. Not sure which ones, but yeah, it will be interesting to see how he manages if he did get the setup or not. Come the end, he can. Hallelujah! I can choose my setup in all caps and an awful lot of P's at the end of setup. So, right, there we go. Not on the back foot, still able to fight his way back up despite the technical issues thrown his way. So it'll be interesting to watch him try and fight his way up through the order as we begin this formation lap shortly. Let's have a little looky at what tyres people are starting with.
Well, no hearts at least. Seen mostly mediums, but a few outliers on the softs, with Cam K in second being the most notable one, but as well as Bosnia and MCR in 6th and 7th. And it's Ultimate, Slayer and Axel in 11th, 12th and 14th on softs as well. And the rest of the grid is all on mediums to start out with. In terms of strategy, I think we could expect quite a festival here. I would say normally it's probably 2 sets of mediums and 1 set of softs in whatever order. However, obviously with the people that have used up softs with picking potentially balanced tire allocation, you might have to use an old set, which is definitely not ideal here because the tires wear off quickly here. So I would not, I could see a few people opting for the hards at some point. They're not a bad tire at all. So it could be very interesting going into this race here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just to play the best strategy you can. There are safety cars, just to double check. Yeah?
Yeah, there should be anyway.
Yeah, there should be, right. So, and I imagine high likelihood of seeing them here at a track like this. 20 drivers shoved between 2 tight walls. Almost bound to happen eventually, as much as the drivers will do all they can to avoid it. But as you mentioned, 70% of the drivers starting on the mediums, so it seems to be the favourite tyre, and you can just essentially use it to last longer. So if there is a safety car a few laps in, then you don't feel so encouraged to change off of the soft tyres. But yeah, I mean, it's driver preference, isn't it? Everyone's got their own strategy. They know they're driving, they know what works best for them.
Most definitely. Be interesting to see at the start. It's not a long run to turn 1, but it's definitely an important one. Because down into the first sector you can't really overtake and an order gets established quickly. So it's important to get through there and just make sure you get a good start here, but it's also important you don't lose a front wing or get any damage. as well, as that's obviously on now as well. So yeah, let's see how if Swaros can lead from here. But that's not going to help at least.
There goes his tyre temps.
I think Kamke is looking to capitalise on that.
Yeah.
See how it's going to go.
There's James missing his box as well. So Jeddah has seen some good battles come the real F1 2021. Hamilton Verstappen 2022. Leclerc Verstappen. But here we go. LOE having its go here at Jeddah as lights out and away we go. Can't actually see the cars at the front, but Kamke immediately up the inside of Sui, losing out that pole immediately. They're settling in, those two in first and second position, the few behind slotting into play, but still plenty of side-by-side action going on. There's a Red Bull side-by-side with the Williams here. Who is going to give? It's the Williams who pulls ahead there. Ryan B not able to keep up, losing that position down from 5th to 6th. I'd say fairly clean start, all things considered, as we got McLaren going a little bit wide and to lift off to avoid that deadly curve that we saw claim a few victims in qualifying.
Both McLaren's actually side by side there, with Crack on the inside, just making that move stick on MCR. But MCR trying to get back at him, getting alongside there, but it doesn't look to work for him. Kamke is absolutely paired off into the distance though, a second already ahead of Sway Ross to believe this Delta, and he's a very good starter. Sway Ross is actually struggling because Flip Namsram is right on the back of the Aston Martin. Of course, into here is difficult to pass, but the Swedish driver goes a bit straight on, and it's going to allow Flip Namsram to capitalise. Use the RS to the outside, he's going to go. He's going to have the longer run, but it looks like the better run. We have some yellow flag goes.
Yeah, Ghost.
Off. Flip Namsram is going to make this stick, I think. He's going to have to go the long way around. Sway Ross just about staying ahead actually, and defending quite well. Some more action in behind. This is going to continue on as Flip Namsram goes to the outside once again down towards turn 1, but not quite having enough drive here as he gets the back of him and has to back off there, and Major Falcon smells his chance as well to go around the outside and try and get in position that way.
Oh, the Mercedes a little bit sideways there, as that is a car rapidly flying down the order there. Bosnia has had an issue somewhere down the line. The Williams car left without front right end plate, I think. Unless my brain was deceiving me. Yep, front right end plate is missing.
With IoT Crack, I'm pretty sure, at least in some way or another. As goes Recon has also made a mistake there, coming through the middle of the field, dropping down the order. But yeah, there was a few minor collisions there in turn 1 and 2, and I think Bosnia has become the biggest victim of it. MCR getting past Ryan B here for 5th place. The Deltas on lap 2, as always, like to mess up a little bit. Which is very amazing to see. Sinful and goes Rico side by side coming through turn 16, 17. And that's going to allow Harry to get involved and get both of them, it looks like. And as well as equals Mats, who's now at least past goes Recon. And the next one up is Sinful.
Yeah, Harry getting it through there well before the braking zone. Mats having a little look, not close enough to go for anything. Certainly slotting in right behind. Eager, hungry and waiting for another mistake to be made. They will hop on board with Flip further up. This battle for P2, very, very good news for Kamke. It's the pole sitter for the moment, holding off, but this next lap, DRS will be enabled. The 2 DRS zones, more or less back. Actually, the 3 DRS zones, more or less back to back. I can't count to 3. I'm not doing a maths degree, so that's boring.
Good lap from Mats there in P15, getting the fastest lap in already. He's getting past Sinful, who's dropping down to 15th and even 16th potentially. He's side by side with goes Recon again. And towards turn 4, looks like the American is just going to claim that position and make sure he's not side by side. We have some yellows here as well. I think there's IoT Crack this time. He's going round and looks like no visual damage anyway, but you never know.
Yeah, it's all Ibo nearly going round in the background there, just catching that one. That's going to be a certain knock on the confidence. A side-by-side here for one of the Ferraris and Mats. I think it's Harry and Mats. And Harry is going to lose out that position. Mats up into P12. On a bit of a charge at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, coming from the back of the grids. Looks like he's enjoying himself right now. Happy after he got the setup back, as we see some more action in front of us. With Ultimate Slayer against side-by-side. Swapping away. Looks like the Finn is just about able to hold on the Alfa Romeo. Axel and James side by side coming through the the corner ahead there. James just about managing to get back alongside. We have more battles at the front. James back into P8. Flip has overtaken Sway Ross, but gets loose on the exit of the final corner, and the Aston Martin is going to go back alongside. And then towards turn 1 they go. Kamke with another fast lap. The soft's working incredibly well for him. And the Aston Martin now ahead. We've seen free wide action in the background with Beige Falcon, Ryan B, and MCR.
Yeah, a little bit of contact.
Bit more contact there. And they're getting very loose. Ryan B nearly losing it. Beige Falcon staying ahead. And yeah, just single file now into the S's.
Yeah, as Sui making a mistake there, Flip taking advantage, moving himself up into P2. Where have we seen a Mercedes and Red Bull battle through those corners like that before? But yeah, looking good. Major Falcon able to pull away slightly from Ryan B. Actually, you now have to worry about MCR on his tail on a set of softs, as that is a yellow flag further down the order. That is for James Head. James.
Yeah, I think he got stuck on the curb and just tried to rejoin safely there. I'm glad he does, because it's a weird angle you come back at onto the track, so I'm glad he's taken a safe approach. Maybe at a cost of his own result, but I'm glad he's done that.
Yeah, so here we go. MCR on the back of Ryan. A tricky place to go for moves here, but now these guys in a bit of a DRS train. And actually the top, well, of course Kamke is miles and miles ahead of anyone else. Actually the DRS about to enable an overtake for P2. But P2 down to P7, pulled away from the rest of the field. I mean, there's 4 seconds there between Axel and Steban. So the pack are already starting to split up into little pockets side by side here. Flip with the inside line with a bit more speed going on here. Sweet left without the DRS, tucking into that slipstream. Is he going to go for the late break in up the inside? He's certainly having a little look, but of course going to lose out. Come this right-hander looks for the switchback. It's not on. It is on. And you know what? He's made the switchback work. Look at that! Very, very nice driving there from Swede. Beautifully executed there. Absolutely clinical. Didn't think it was possible, but the man has made it work beautifully. And that's Swede. Oh no, Sweet off the track, and he's out of the race. His front right tyre gone.
He absolutely looked like he just lost control mid-corner on the right-hander, and yeah, just slid off. Didn't manage to catch it.
It's such a shame for him. 0-0. No safety car brought out. So green flag racing continues. There's a small moment there caught from Stevens' car.
He's been quietly sitting on the back of this train, but now his mediums are becoming the better of the softs that MCR is on this car. It looks like he wants to capitalize and get past the weights, although
just going deep,
using a corner like that's not great. Sinful tried to get past Harno Arc, but went a bit too deep, and Harno Arc, I think, is able to counter that. Although there's still side by side. Sinful's got back ahead, so might have more straight line speed on the car.
Yeah, Sinful.
Because Matt's into P7.
He's in that Ferrari sandwich, but of course the front Ferrari Slayer without the DRS from up ahead, so going to be vulnerable. As much as Harron is likely to go for the move on Sinful, if these two do not fight too hard, they'll be fighting for P9, not for P10. But here we go, Sinful. So Harron looking to the outside, looking to contact. Sinful running deep and tagging the back of Slayer. And yeah, that's heavy contact. That is contact the stewards will be having a little look at there. I mean, good news for Harry and Sinful. Don't know if missing the corner or just trying to wait for other cars to come through. But here we go, the teammate Swip coming through yet. Sinful is giving the position back to Slayer as we've got the yellow flag. I think that yellow's just for a slow Sinful. As Swip has gone hugely off track there. Dangerous rejoin. There's cars everywhere all over the track. But I think all going through in more or less single file, even if it does involve a little bit of going slow with curbs and track limits. The front lot though will hop back on board with them. They're still going strong up front. They're building their gap even more so. Although to watch out for, Matt's now qualified last up to P20th. Although actually I should focus on this action here as Major and Flip, and all of a sudden Ryan B's joining in as well. These guys fighting away here.
Right, B 2 for 1 maybe to the outside here.
I reckon it's
to the
on.
outside of Major Falcon.
Yeah, look at that.
He's gonna do it. Beautiful, but he's now gonna not have DRS, I don't think. And he has about 4 cars chasing him down towards turn 1. MCR's decided he had enough. Yeah, and Major Falcon goes back ahead. Flip wants to get back ahead as well, but he's gonna back off there. Ryan B right on the back there of Major Falcon. There's contact here and there. Not too much. And they'll go in. But MCR first up the front, grew up to pit. And he's onto a set of mediums this time, presumably for a soft medium. That's what I'm gonna guess. Just checking, it's Mr. Puro, Crack, and James Heads are all drivers that have pitted already. And they are now all in a little bit of a train here. Mr. Puro is trying to get back past Crack. Let's see, they're quite a ways behind MCR, but Crack does set the fastest lap on the set of hards, so it shows how good the fresh tires are on this game. Especially even on hards, you can do that.
Yeah. Cool. Well, of course, now DRS helps drivers go that much quicker, as Axel has made a mistake further up the order. I don't think too heavy of mistakes will stay on board with this Crack right on the tail of Ultimate here. So further up, Flip and Ryan once again swapping positions. Crack's left the session. Well, that is just, I think, a disconnect, because Ghosted not crash out there. Hopefully can get back in nice and quickly there for the McLaren driver. And hang on, what's happened here? Flip has fallen out of DRS range of Major Falcon.
Yeah, I think Flip made a mistake. He was side by side with Ryan B at some point as well. And I think they're just losing a little bit too much time. Major Falcon is benefiting of it. Ryan B wants to get back past, but taking better of it this time. And staying behind for now.
Ooh,
MCR's already caught up to Sinful. Yeah, a lot of rear end being loose there for the Williams. He's not enjoying those tires right now, I don't think.
Looks like he almost tagged the wall. The other, the gap to keep an eye on though is the gap between Cam K and Major Falcon. So Major Falcon now in clean air, nothing to worry about from behind. Those P1, P2, that gap will show the difference now between the soft and the mediums after these first 7 laps have been complete, onto lap 8 actually. Yeah, look at that gap, it's just tumbling down. Half a second so far this lap already. But Flip going to be a little bit off his rhythm. I don't know if his tyre actually tagged the wall or if he just had a massive moment. But as he tags the inside, he's lost confidence in the car, and that's just going to affect him, because at a track like this, you absolutely need complete confidence in your car. So hard to push without it.
Yeah, definitely you need so much confidence here, and at this point, it might be just wise to pull yourself into the pits, get a new set of tyres on, love grip, regain the confidence, and try to make the best of it. As MCR has already caught some cars here, already overtaken Sinful and Ibbo, and now he's right on the back of Swift, trying to get past there as well. Gap closed in there, and he's I'm gonna stay in behind for now. Flip, go past Ryan B there. Let's see, we've seen Camke into the pits actually.
Yeah, Flip is coming into the pits as well, as is Major Falcon. So front runners just Ryan B and Steven still going around.
Another set of softs for Camke.
Okay.
That's an interesting strategy.
Well, if you made them 8 laps, if you can do 8, 9, I mean that's pretty good. I guess you're 16 laps on the soft.
Now I say it, like I don't recall him seeing him out much in qualifying. He might have just been saving out soft sets to try and make the strategy work. And as of right now, it's seeming to pay off. As James has put in the fastest lap of the race. Yeah, Camke 2.7 seconds ahead of MCR, who has a 2-lap undercut on him. I think he's looking pretty set on for a very good result, and definitely close, trying over the win anyway.
Yeah, right on the back of Ghost Reconners. Actually, we saw a mistake from Ghost up ahead. Whoa, just flying past. Look at that grip difference. Crazy, gained 1 second in that corner alone. As yeah, I mean his job now is just head down and fast laps as you possibly can. Of course, preserving the tyres, but he wants to build distance. He wants to put he wants to put the cars and older tyres between him and the other boys who've gone for the pit. As Falcon and Flip still battling.
Yeah, Flip down the inside here, and it's literally not the easiest corner to go side by side. Gonna slow them down even more. Ryan B and Steelan will be looking at that and liking it, as they both go into the pits, although Ryan B has sped and gained himself a 5-second time penalty. Gonna have to serve for the second pit stop. And he's onto a set of mediums, Steelan, he's gone onto a set of softs, so he's trying something different. Trying to capitalize here. Flip right back past Major Falcon this time. Crack has left the session again. Internet might not be holding up that great.
Yeah, a shame for him, and Slip past Major Falcon once again. These two just changing every few corners now. Ooh, hello.
And chased again.
Hey, he doesn't seem to like that corner, does he? Ooh, there's a car there. Whoa.
Contact with Ryan B there. I don't think Ryan B quite noticed that Flip was still alongside, and he just turned across to the wall. And I hope Flip doesn't have much damage, but I can't imagine he's completely unscathed out of that one.
Yeah, I mean, just bulldozed him out the way. I think Ryan B was coming out of the pit lane and just either didn't expect him to be so slow or expected him to kind of be offline and not see him come back. But I didn't see it coming from my camera angle. All of a sudden, there was a car up the inside. Shame for Flip. He's got to regain that lost time now. Of course, if he's got damage, even worse news for him. Stephen hunting down Ryan B. 3-car train here at the moment. Major Falcon, Ryan B and Stephen. And these three is, Matt's finally pulling into the pits. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out after such a long stint. Started at the back, worked his way to the front. But of course, pit stops going to change that now. He comes in, the last man to do so.
I think it'll be P6, something like this. If we have yellow flags. Sinful, I think, going slow. We have some free wide action here on the straight. Ryan B, Major Falcon, Steban, all going side by side. And Ryan B trying there something, but not quite able to do it. Switchback? Not quite either. Steban up into P3.
Yeah, it gave the switchback a go, but of course, fresh softs, there is only so much you can do. Sometimes you just got to stick on the back of them, play the waiting game, then wait for those tyres to get that bit older. As onto the curb goes Ryan B. Does a good job to hold the car, actually, given what that curb's... Oh, he's on another curb. This is a man pushing. Keeping it out the wall, importantly.
Flip, in the meantime, has had damage. He's gone into the pits for a set of hearts, fixed his front wing. Then the 17th. He's going to have to just try and go to the end. I think he's the only one who's... Well, him and Ultimate are the two drivers that have now made 2 stops. Ultimate now going onto the set of hearts as well. So they're going to be able to go to the end, but the rest of the lot still have to pit at least once.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Flip does in terms of... Oh, hello. Ryan B out, and that is a VSC. Okay, well, I think we might see a lot of drivers going for the second pit stop now.
I was on board with Ryan B at that point, and I was so perplexed. He looked like he missed a corner. He tried to... Ooh, Cam K is going in. Cam K is going in. He tried to make the corner... Well, he tried to just cut the corner, and then just hit the wall on the right. It's very strange. We've seen multiple pit stops, so for VSCs, very interesting.
Front 4 drivers all pulling into the pits. I wonder if Mats will do so or not. He's a bit further down the order.
I don't think so. It does.
It's a bit late to report now.
Strange.
As does James and Harry. And it seems they're all pulling into the pit lane.
Oh, we do have a full safety car, Pink. Look out on the track map.
Oh, you're right. It just says VSC on the thing, but there is in fact a safety car on the track. Okay.
And Axel's going into the pits. What's happened here? Hang on.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, the car is there.
He's in the wall.
How has he managed to get the car there? I'm so confused.
So, Axel, he must have done it under braking. But you got to have one heck of a lockup to hit the wall there, whatever's happened.
Too late. He decided maybe too late that he went into the pits. That's the only thing I can imagine that's happened.
Wait, so was there a safety car before he crashed into the wall?
Yeah, I think
yes,
so.
there was.
It must have been. Alright, anyway, now I think everyone apart from Ibbo's in 5th still has pitted twice. Or is going to have pitted twice when Sinful gets this done, I think.
Yeah, 2 stops for everyone but Ibbo.
I think everyone can make it to the end, bar Major Falcon. Which is... I mean, I don't know why he's gone into a set of stops.
Can you take the mediums that far?
The mediums I could see going this far to the end. Definitely. A soft set? That'd be bizarre.
Oh, hang on, what's Ibbo done?
I think he's going off track. I think he's trying to let people
He's in
by.
the wall. He's just chilling to the side there.
Yeah, make sure he doesn't get this full fight.
Yeah, he's got to be close to that DQ message. Odd one there. Not quite sure what Ibbo was doing, because even if he wanted to go into the pits this next time around, which it might be a smart decision to get himself done the 2 stops same as everyone else, then he wants to be as far forward as possible to try and stay ahead of Sinful. So a weird one that.
Yeah, anyway, there's a bit of a split in strategies as well. We have a bunch of guys at the front on the mediums, but then a lot of guys in the midfield have pitted for the hards. So I wonder, sometimes it can depend on if you've used already 2 sets of mediums, for example. You're not gonna be pitting for another set of mediums, but yeah, it's an interesting ending here to see what it's gonna bring the safety car.
Yeah, and actually, something that I have noticed, this safety car, very, very good news for Flip after what happened with him earlier there. That contact having to come in to repair the damage, all of a sudden, he's back up in P5, he's back up near the front on tyres that can go to the end quite happily. He's got that 3-second penalty to deal with, and of course that is going to be a hindrance, but this race that once looked like it had gone massively down the hill, now back in with the chance of bringing home a decent result. But with just 17 drivers left, all but 2 of them are going to get points at the moment.
Yeah, just gonna have a quick look if everyone's used or at least 2 different compounds as well, and that is the case. So quite a variation in what the compounds were, obviously due to that safety car, but yeah, could be in for a very good ending here. One person that won't be happy with the safety car is Camke, obviously. I think him and his teammates could have some words after this, but could see MCR and Steven, as well as making Falcon, obviously on the softs. Like, he might not make it to the end, but he's at least in a shout to try and attack here early on. So it'll be interesting to see if they're gonna attack here right away.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the moment, my money for the win has got to be on Camke. The dominance is shown so far. Qualified P2 since turn 1, just being in the lead. He simply drove a wonderful, wonderful race. Exactly what he needed to be doing. We're halfway through now. The safety car, a bit of a reset, of course, could mean the beginning of the end for him, but also it could just be yet another show of how confident he is around this track, how well he's making this car work for him. Safety car in this lap. There we go, as expected. Everyone in the queue now. It's up to Camke to back up the pack to choose his moment. You've got a lot of room to work with in Jeddah, so I imagine he'll go reasonably late, but not too late. Don't know if there are any league in-house rules as to what he is and isn't allowed to do, but give a driver an inch and they'll take a mile. So
it's a case of not being irregular in your pace and not being alongside other drivers when you're behind. That's just
there he goes.
Yeah, good restart there, and I think MCR's been the one caught off guard because Steven is right in the back, and look at Flip, he's trying to get alongside Major Falcon here down into turn 1, laying the brakes, but Sosa surely going to have more grip.
He's tapped him on the back.
Yeah, and that's going to allow Matt through, actually.
Yeah, Matt's up into P5 there. Good job, nice and opportunistic, capitalising on the mistake of another Camke, holding on to that lead. And Major Falcon had to deal with defending from Matt, so not right on the back of the others as we were expecting. He might be on those soft tyres. It's the field coming through, a clean restart. Oh, hang on.
My yellows.
A nearly clean restart.
Yeah,
I don't see any front wing laying around.
Come around here through turn 12 and the second one, and it's going to be difficult here for him to get any decent points. Obviously top 15, so only 2 retirements needed, and at Jeddah I think there's a solid chance of that happening.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how this goes. Goes Recon on the mediums, making a little bit of progress, getting past Slayer. And he has got a bunch of hard runners next up. James getting a very good exit out of here, just catching on board with him. But then it's kind of compromised, going a bit further as it gets in the back of Bosnia. Slayer getting back, it goes Recon here. But having to wait that one out a little bit longer. bit of a gap actually between Steven and Major Falcon. I'm very surprised at this. Just thought Major Falcon showed some solid pace. Softs seem to be a good tire, but he's just not quite able to make it work for now.
Yeah, it's an odd one, isn't it? I mean, you think, you know, he's on the softs, it's the fastest tyre. He's not under too much threat from behind because there's no DRS. He should be able to just head down and close that gap. But at the moment, Kamke's mighty fast. MCR's showing he's got pace, and Steven as well, right on the back of him. So these three drivers out front, just, I mean, showing they've got the pace, showing they deserve to be out front for the moment. Cleve driving sort there, just using the curbs, but not using them too much. And at the moment, Falcon left without a response to that pace.
Bolton again past Harry Noir for P7 here, trying to follow his teammate through. He's you know, to get it to Williams drivers. The team's been doing very well as the Alpines, third and fifth here. And Steven is on 100% ERS, sitting behind the Spaniard here, who seems to be struggling to stick with Kamke.
He's Crack having a little look at Ultimate here. We saw him sniffing the back of that car, but I think now we're going to try and go for the move. He has the inside, but no, backs out in the end, does not want to go for it. Again, though, a better exit at the moment. Just feels like the McLaren being held up by that Alfa Romeo needs to get past as soon as possible. Outside line this time around, but yeah, it's just not happening. He's just simply not getting the move. Dives to the inside now. Isn't enough to complete the move. He won't have the traction on the exit, and yeah, no, it's not. Again, backs out, and this time vulnerable to Ghost after that exit. Not taking the optimal line, goes to the inside. DRS enabled this lap, nearly contact there, 3 wide though. Ultimate in the middle, Crack on the outside, Ghost on the inside, and is Ghost going to get the double overtake? There's a little bit of contact. The Alfa Romeo of Ultimate pulling ahead, Ghost side by side with the McLaren, and who's on top between those two? Think it is Crack who does maintain that P12, not losing out as Ultimate has had a little coming together with the wall there. Pieces of front wing scattered across the track, and that is a safety car. I think entirely caused by Ultimate there.
That's strange. Is that it's full front wing on? I think so.
Yeah, he's got no front wing at all.
Yeah, I guess it helps make a Falcon in this case, but if you're another driver here, what are you doing?
He's just picked up penalties under safety car. That's not the way to go.
I'd like to know as well, Ecos Maths, while that other action was going on, did overtake Major Falcon going into turn 1.
Yeah, you're right, actually, down to P5.
Yeah.
I think Falcon should pit here.
Yeah, he should 100% pit.
He should stick on a fresh set of softs and just bomb it to the end.
Oh, well, Ultimate is retired now on track?
I'm not sure if that was an on-track retirement or there's a wall, I've got no front wing.
It stopped us, well, stationary. It was more sinful.
Oh no, his car's just vanished.
Yeah, that's amazing. But yeah, I think people lower down the grid are definitely going to pit, so are you going to pit and respond to that?
Kamke made it look like he might pit, decided not to. Let's see, anybody else? Major Falcon is in, but so is Flip, interestingly. Probably sticking on the set of mediums now.
Work in
maybe
as well. There's Recon, Crack, everyone from down here is probably going to pit, I reckon.
Ibo is not coming into the pits.
A Slayer picked up a 5 seconds going into the safety area.
And actually, yeah, no, Ibo's made the right call here, because you might think, oh yeah, it's pit for fresh tyres, but he's just gained a boatload of positions, and he's only on 4-lap old mediums.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy to have the track position, at least for now. But like, if you look at someone like Major Falcon, we know he has good pace. On the fresh softs, compared to older mediums and hards, he has a good chance here to try and at least capitalize and go for the win.
Yeah. Some mixed age of tyres. Some people on their older mediums for that brief, short pit stop where everyone came in. I would imagine the safety car would be a little bit shorter unless people pit once again. I think it'll be a restart at the end of lap 18, start of lap 19. That would leave 7 laps of green flag racing, which we know the softs are capable of. Kamke's first stint was 8 laps on the softs, and now less weight from that fuel in the cars. It's certainly possible. Makes you wonder if those guys who pitted onto mediums, Harry, Slayer, Swip, if they did not have any sets of soft left. As it does seem the smarter tyre, doesn't it?
Used it up in qualifying and thought, rather use it of mediums, I guess, than I use it of softs, because it means we'll at least make it a bit more comfortably. So I understand the thought process there, but it just shows that even in qualifying, you can determine your strategy already a little bit with these two stops.
Yeah, it's Ultimate Muster there in the Div 3 chat, saying absolutely livid. I think it was his own mistake there that just caused him, and they're the worst ones, aren't they? Because you've got no one to blame but yourself. Just get caught out by the track. When you're on a track like Jeddah, that's so easy to happen. But a shame for him. 16 drivers left. 15 of them are going to be picking up points here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see if who's gonna be the unlucky one here. We have another pit stop here, I think. Yeah,
two
Slayer
actually.
going back in.
So Slayer will be serving his 5 second, which makes sense.
Crack confuses me. Is that another set of softs? Just get a fresher set on?
Yeah, no, it is. It's just a one lap fresher
get ahead of
softs.
Slayer, I guess. I guess that works. Yeah, this will be interesting to see if it's going to gain them anything. Or at least for Crack. For Slayer, I get just getting rid of the 5 seconds, but peculiar strategy there from the McLaren.
Yeah, especially. Well, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens here. We're expecting the safety car to come in this lap. It certainly is, unless Slayer embraces his inner Sunday driver. But Ferrari, they're known for bad strategy, not for bad pace. And yeah, closing up to the pack nearly already. So what are we going to have? We're going to have, I can't, what's it, 7 laps of green flag racing, I said. So anything can happen. But those guys up front, the mediums, they're going to be feeling that towards the end of the stint. But so are the guys in softs. I mean, they're not going to be completely breathing easy.
Not easy, but definitely, especially now after restart, they're going to have such an advantage. Tires will be more up to temperature. It's a lot easier to get the softs there than, for example, the hards or the mediums. Yeah, this is going to be a very intriguing end to this race, and hopefully a very exciting one. I kind of hope no more safety cars, but we'll have to see about that one.
Yeah, but there is the thing, of course, the top 4 drivers have all showed remarkable pace, so it's not just a game of tyres here, it's also how quick is the driver you're trying to pass. Because passing Cam K on mediums, even if they're older mediums, isn't going to be as easy as passing someone else further down the order, let's say. So as good as it may look for Falcon at the moment, it might not all swing his way come the end. He might get himself up to the podium. We're certainly going to see him make some more mighty moves to wait for Cam K to choose when to go. I think Cam K currently is still in that prime position. We'll see if he can manage a second successful safety car restart.
If it goes, same point he goes. MCR is once again caught out by it, as Steven is looking to capitalize right away. Alongside to the left he goes.
Beautifully timed by Steven.
Yeah,
backed out of it.
Yeah,
oh, hello.
Yellow flags.
What is that yellow for? Ibo picking up.
Not quite sure how. There's more yellows. That's Slayer this time going around. That has not helped him. Serving that 5 seconds.
There's, oh my goodness, contact here. Slow drivers, Flip being shuffled down the order as Ibo's having issues. Ghost, Flip, Falcon, all of them moving around there. Ibo's dropped down massively. Flip nipping into the wall there. Side by side, Crack and Herring further down. Crack with the inside line, so will likely pull ahead here. They're the banking of the corner. Yep, there we go. Crack does take that P11 side by side. AlphaTauri Williams, who's going to get the traction game here done. It is Flip who holds on to that P9. Cracking a little look at the back of Ghost. Ghost saved by the braking zone of that chicane. This battle bunched up so heavily through that first sector by Ibo going slow there. I should expect Ibo's got some kind of damage at the very least. Made a big mistake, forced him to fall out of the rhythm of those sweeping corners. But those top 4 drivers have pulled away, and actually even James has pulled away, or well, the 2 boys on hards have pulled away from those guys on fresh softs just due to the sheer amount of action going on there. They have now pulled back onto them. When DRS is re-enabled, they will be able to do something with it. But But these top 4 guys are pulling away. Still, I think they're making good progress here. Now the question is, will they work together or will they fight hard here? As we've seen a little bit happening, and not think about the long game so much.
I think MCR is just not able to stick with these guys, at least on pace. He's struggling to stick with Kamke here, and both the Alpines are right in the back of him. He gets a little bit back in Sector 1, but I think he's not got that much straight line speed, at least compared to Kamke.
Yeah, MCR, I mean, from what you've just said, and actually what we're seeing sector time wise, he does seem to have gone quite a heavy downforce setup, which is going to be good for qualifying. It's going to be good for when you're in clean air, but if you're battling, you're just going to lose positions and not be able to gain it back through corners. As hit, we see Crack right on the back. These guys so close, all on the fresh softs, all ready to fight, but they're fighting the wrong people. They want to be trying to move up the order, not scrapping each other. At the moment, challenging to see who's going to go for the move. Well, it does seem to be Falcon who's going to go for the move next. He is on the back of Bosnia. Bosnia made a mistake somewhere, I suspect. So that gap was not 1.8 last time I looked, but here we go for P6. Major Falcon is through.
Ooh, he's trying to get in the midst of them, but that's not quite working out. It's going to go the long way around of Bosnia though. Doesn't quite make it happen, and he's got Whip on the left, Crack on the right. And it's all getting kicked off now. How's this going to go? Goes Rico more straight line speed, seems to hold on there. Flip making a very rash move to the left there. Goes Rico getting a time penalty on the inside of turn 1. Crack is up in the P8. Flip goes Rico still side by side then towards turn 4 here. It looks like Goes Rico just about got ahead there.
Backing out in the end, deciding does not want to try and do that corner side by side. Certainly seems a smart decision to make, as Falcon now onto the back of James Head, his Mercedes teammate. I imagine that'll be a pretty easy pass that he will let happen. Suspect on the next DRS zone as Mats and Steven still right on the back of MCR, who is gradually losing to Kamke. A yellow flag further down the order. That is for Ghost. No, that's for Flip. Flip's made a mistake as James completely cutting that chicane there, slowing down to not pick up track limits penalties, but that allows Major Falcon through easy as he likes and gives him a go hunting down these guys ahead on the hard tyres as Crack getting past Bosnia. Nice use of the soft tyres late on the brakes, and he's made that work well.
Stepan.
And you know, wasn't Crack the man we were questioning the strategy of for doing that extra pit stop on the safety car?
It is, and now he's completely proved us wrong here.
I mean, kudos that man, he's made this work well. Yeah, because he would have been, what, P15 at the start of the safety car restart, to P7 now, so carved his way through the field.
I think he's a driver that has a lot of pace naturally as well, so I don't know how much is down to that, but it might have helped a little bit, the extra, fresh tyres, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Steven got past MCR, and let's see if he's now capable of catching Kamke again, because I think that's his next task. At least try and get back in, but 1.1 seconds currently. He's going to have some gaining to do, and not much ERS to do it.
This Crack we just saw there, absolutely hounding the back of James, and yet getting that move done. He'll be frustrated to be held up for the entirety of that first sector. Slayer picking up the fastest lap further down the order. So Falcon now nearly within DRS of the boys on medium. But yeah, that was like at 1.5 between Kamke and Steven. Let's see if Steven can make a better attempt of closing that gap down than MCR did.
I'm pretty sure Kamke is using extremely low downforce, because he gained around 2/10 in that straight just there compared to Steban. So he seems to lose a little bit in Sector 1. But alright, it seems to have worked for him very well. He doesn't have to use as much ERS either with that, and then can still push more. So I think that might win him the race here. We're going to have to see.
Well, actually, yeah, I mean, look at the gaps he's gaining here.
Yeah, he's gaining a lot here. As MCR and Mats are getting very close as well now. MCR to the outside here. I think Steven later on the brakes is going to hold that position. You keep an eye on the gap for throughout Sector 1. 2.1 here. I think it's going to decrease to around 1.7 at the end of Sector 1. You can just see it it's going down here so quickly. but then he gains another race, and I guess that just benefits Scamke.
Yeah, I mean, you can't overtake through this first sector. You certainly can't on the straights. So the setup itself, the strategy for him, yeah, 1.6, 1.7 come the end of that. But then the straights have come, and he'll be flying ahead all of a sudden.
Crack. He's very close to Major Falcon, and both of them have caught the second place battle here. So Crack now on the back. Obviously, he does have a time penalty, which is going to harm his results, but he's at least trying to get himself as high up as he can. See Matt's on the back of MCR as well, a difficult place to overtake. He's going to get himself alongside, backs out though. Crack as well, backed out. He's going to have to try down towards the final corner.
Yeah, I mean, the moment Crack is just showing an amazing level of aggression, because it's not so much he's crashing into people, he's not losing parts of his car, he's just making moves all the time. He's staying right in the back of drivers, pressuring them, waiting for them to make a mistake, and here he's going to have it on the traction. Oh, hello, never mind. Commentator's cursor, speak too soon. Collision there, Falcon opening his wheel up on the exit and clipping the back as we go. Three drivers fighting for turn one here. It stays Steve and MCR Mats though. These guys not changing their order.
Well, yellows, I think Bosnia again must have been tagged around, looking at where he ended up. That's a weird place to be around. Yeah, I reckon he's been tagged around somewhere into turn one. By who or how, oh, we don't know, but we'll have to find out after the race, I guess. Seaman got that by Cap down to 1.1. Campion might have made a bit of a mistake. It is the opportunity to now benefit. More yellows, I think Sinful. Yeah, he's gone round. Put him back to 13th at least.
Please, actually, okay, can't cause a safety car at this stage of the race, that's good. But yeah, lap 24, there's just 1.5 laps left to go. I had not even realised that so much was happening. But Crack still wants to get past Falcon. Falcon himself trying to close down to Mats. Look to the inside, looking to the outside.
Crack,
no, there's no way to sweep around here.
No, he's going to have to switch back and get the bitter exit. Even that doesn't seem ideal, although for here he seems to have some slipstream. And to the outside he goes, using ERS that he doesn't have. And into 5th place he goes. I think this time he's got it locked on. Major Falcon having to slot back in behind. So more yellow flags at the back. I think Flip and Slayer going round. Some sort of contact. That goes for 1 point actually. And for Slayer for 2, because he still has the fastest lap in his hands. Looking at...
Oh my, what?
Ooh, what a weird setup. I don't know what I just watched, but...
Yeah, getting very close there amongst the two cars.
He seems to get away without any damage, but that was very close to get there. Crack is closing up quick here. As he takes so much risk going over that curb there. He's closing
yeah, I mean, in the moment he just seems like a man who's in tune with his car, he's in tune with the tyres. It's a shame he's got that penalty, but I think we're going to see him finish on track P3. Certainly would not surprise me. Dink off the wall there.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem is he doesn't have any ERS basically, but he's got the better exit here. So I don't know if I see it. Mats is obviously still looking for a podium as well. If he can get MCR into the last turn, he'll be so happy with that. As Slayer's retired in the pits, that's no one's gonna have to fast lap point. It looks like.
Ooh, hello, that was close.
Crack, I heard some contact there. Don't know exactly what that was. Looks like Camke is going to take some. I don't see any changes happening here unless someone makes a mistake.
No, and none of them making any big mistakes. We will hop on board with Camke, the man who has absolutely dominated this race, completely deserving of the win. Camke wins the round 1 of Div 2. As the others come through in order. Crack has his penalty to serve, so Falcon in the lead of the guys who went for the pit. It is James just winning out over Haring Ghost, other Ghost. Bosnia next to the line. And then we will have Swip. It felt like the race finish completely jumped out of me. I looked at the count and we were on lap 24 out of 25. Here we go. Sinful, the next man to the line. He'll be picking up 3 points if I'm remembering the point system correctly. Then Ibo, a little bit of weaving towards the line. And Flip, what an eventful race he had, but he will be finishing P15 come the end of that.
I think he's still trying to go for a fastest lap. It's currently in the name of Slayer, I think. who by not finishing in the top 15 won't get it, but let's see if Flip can take it off him, get himself an extra point.
Yeah,
Just about, yeah, he did. So
nice. But I'll tell you what, Alpine and McLaren have done well for the constructors here, and Mats has done well to start P20, not being able to qualify, and in the end finishing P4.
Yeah, brilliant recovery drive from him. But ultimately, it does go to Kamke, who's just been that half a step ahead of everyone at every point in the race. And I think that's what showed him, and that's what got him the win in the end here.
Yeah, as hopefully F1 is kind enough to show me the race results at the end. It does not ever seem to like doing so. So if not, we will have to read it off the podium shortly. But whenever I see this black screen before the podium, that tells me I'm not going to see the final race results in front of me. So apologies to the viewers for that. We will read them out once the podium is up. But here we go, Kamke on the top step, joined by Stephen and MCR. Those guys choosing not to pit under that final safety car, and it paying off for them.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're getting the race results, but I can read them out. It's Kamke, Stephen, MCR getting the podium, then Mats in P4 all the way from the back of the grid. I think he'll be delighted with that one. Major Falcon, then it's Crack in P6, James in P7, Harry Noirk in P8, and it's both the Ghosts, with Ghost 72k ahead of Ghost Recon in P9 and P10. Bosnia in P11 and Swip in P12, with Sinful 13th, Ibo 14th, and then Flip 15th plus a fastest lap. So that will be 2 points for him. And Slayer retiring in the pits in the last lap with Ultimate, Axel, Ryan B, all DNFing, as well as Treyros, who will still pick up a point for the pole position he got. So at least that's something, I guess. But not a great race from him, as he put it in the wall on lap 5.
Yeah, actually a 1:30.3 was the fastest lap by Flip as well, which is faster than some of the guys were setting in qualifying.
That's quite interesting. I think actually the lower end ended up being in the 1:28, so I don't think it'll be quicker than many drivers, but yeah, it was a good fastest lap.
Yeah, 27.3 for Paul, but either way, he got himself that extra point, so may as well have just finished P14 in the end. But a very eventful race by him, wasn't it? But in the yeah, Kamke. I mean, Kamke is my driver of the day. I don't know about you, but
yeah, it either has to go to him or equals Mats. There's two ways about that. I think Kamke just for getting the win, getting it all together. I think that's fair enough. And, yeah, next to that, Mats obviously coming from the back of the grid, no qualifying, so no rhythm. He just had to do it all by himself, and yeah, he seemed to do that cleanly and nicely. Shame he couldn't get a podium for himself, I guess, but. Still, I don't think he'll be too unhappy about that one.
Yeah, now, does Eloy do interviews? I cannot remember what was said.
No, not really, no.
Not really? Okay, cool. I can just go down my dinner then.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Silverstone next week, actually, so always good racing from that track. Good chance of rain as well, because, well, anyone who's been to England knows why. But I think from us, that is goodbye until next week. Unless you got anything to say?
Yeah. No, I don't. I think it was an entertaining race to start of the season with. And yeah, Silverstone next week, so a lot of close DRS action, I think, as well.
Yeah, right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and see you next week.